Hey class, today we're going to be doing another still life. This time we're going to be incorporating different color schemes into the compositions. Today I'm going to be doing a very simple demonstration using the complements blue and orange. So I'm keeping the composition quite simple, but as you can see, you can make very subtle and simple kind of adjustments to the light and shadow that gives the composition a lot more dynamic qualities, as you will see. So without further ado, let's just check it out and see how today's painting is going to go. All right. So as you can see, I got a loaf of bread. A loaf of bread is something that most people probably have around their house. I wanted to keep it super simple. I know last time I was showing you guys a lot of different types of things that you can use and objects. But here we're going to try to do some simple things. I have the slice of the bread cut this way. So I have it kind of at this kind of like angle with that of the light so that the shadow of this part is juxtaposed by the light side of this part. And so as you can see, the shadow is on the opposite side, and we do have this little diagonal happening here with the light in the center, if you can see that. And also you have some subtle light happening here from the slice of bread going down up, and another diagonal going up, down, down and up to this side of the slice or the loaf that is in full light. This is kind of a fun play on shape that is using repetition, and it is kind of a natural form. So without further ado, let's look at the actual drawing that I did real fast, if you can see that. As you can see, I'm kind of enlarging the loaves just so that when we're actually looking at this, to put color into this, that the shapes of these things are as large as humanly possible. Inside that, I've already gotten the shapes of the shadows, and I'm going to just go through this pretty quickly. Now, for the light that's already happening in the loaves themselves, I'm going to focus more on the background. That's a gray background right now, but I'm just going to kind of consider that to be a blue, and somehow react to that as I'm painting the bread in order to use that as a keying factor for trying to figure out what my color is going to be for the loaves themselves. So I'm going to begin there, and we'll move around and see how fast we can get through this painting. So again, like we were talking about before, to keep everything from staying, keep it staying wet, just give it a little bit of spritz. Now, Again, if you can, squint your eyes and let's look at the tones. Tones, this is going to be a shadow right here of the object, and there's the shadow that's on the ground. There's the darkness kind of on this side and on that side, and the lightness that's actually happening right here. So I'm going to try to just think about those tonalities and see if we can make some choices here. I always like getting my brush wet first before going in. It kind of preserves the wetness for a longer period of time. Hey class, welcome back. Now that we've just blocked in everything, we're going to go back into it. I just give it a minute for it to dry, and once it's dry now we can add more layers to it. So let's take a look. As you can see, everything's a little bit dark, and we're going to start lightening some of that up, but making some more subtle iterations. So here we go back into it. Battery died on my glasses. Just did a little bit more painting and didn't know about it, but the last little phase of the painting is about to be finished. We're going to do some of the final finishing touches in the background. Let's take a look real quick, and we'll just from here speed it up again. Make it a little bit wet. Hope you guys can see that. Now again, this is called a scumble. It is a lighter color on top of a darker one. Alright, let's see if we can keep it going. Maybe just get a little bit more of that blue. There it is. Now, as we go to the darker side over here, I'm going to try to bring some of the saturation back. Clear that out. And the scumble continues. You can also fix some of your mistakes. And look at that. It gives more of a rhythm and a vibrancy to it by still maintaining the blue. You could also do this with bringing the blue back and bringing it into these shadows by bringing a little bit more of that vibrancy too. And let's see, I'm just using water here. And whew, that is, let me see if I could actually make it potent enough. This is really thinned down. But I like how kind of light it is. And this would be considered a glaze. It's the darker color on top of a lighter color. And maybe you can consider this with a more saturated. And it kind of brings out the shadows a little bit more. It makes the dynamic. Oh, look at that. Oh, this poor little bug just... Come on, come on. There we go. Saved. Saved. It's alive. Okay, good. And I'm getting that saturation back up. I'm going to try to take out some of these little spots. And in the background here. So you see how I went from higher saturation in the background, and now it's a higher saturation in the foreground on the ground shadows. There it is. Okay. And this is how we transition the top to the bottom very, very quickly. I hope you liked this demonstration. Again, this is just of a very simple color scheme, a very simple composition. I would like to see what you guys come up with. Keep it simple, keep it fun, keep it interesting.